Yo, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today let's change up the scenery and head outdoors. This build costs 1,211 Canadian dollars and it would be around 913 US. Starting off, we have a Ryzen 5 2600, a GB B450M motherboard, a 480GB SSD by ADATA. Now a side note here, do not purchase this trash. It failed after 6 weeks. Go with a reputable brand like Kingston, Samsung, or Western Digital. Moving along, we have 16 gigs of RAM by XPG, 3 120mm RGB fans by UpHere, a 550 watt power supply by Cooler Master, an RTX 2060, and a Corsair Carbide 88R case. Sorry for the interruption, but can someone please explain to me why AMD can't just put the cooler the correct orientation? Thanks for listening to my TED Talk, back to the video. Alright, now after we installed Windows, we followed up with all of the latest drivers for the motherboard, Windows updates, and video card drivers. For our synthetic test on Cinebench R15, we scored a respectable 1221 with its 6 cores and 12 threads, beating my delidded and overclocked i7 7700K by a huge margin. Now for single core performance like games which usually utilize 4 cores, the 7700K has this beat, but for multi-core performance like rendering, the 2600 wipes the floor with the 7700K. Now just for reference, the 7700K was around $471 US versus $205 for the 2600, which makes this a great option for a budget system capable of streaming and gaming at the same time. Next, we ran Prime 95 for 15 minutes on the max CPU power torture test, and the CPU only got up to a max of 66 degrees Celsius, which is pretty impressive considering that it is only using the stock cooler. Heaven benchmark had been running for about 10 minutes with the side panel on, and the RTX 2060 got to a warm 78 degrees C. Now EVGA's software wouldn't allow me to raise the power target above 100%. And I didn't have time to test another software like MSI's Afterburner. Now for overclocking, I was able to get a stable 80 on the core and 550 on the memory. The fans by up here run at a constant RPM because they are powered with the SATA connector. Now for a few bucks more, you can get fans that are PWM, which I should have done for this build. But the GPU is safe in this temperature range. Next up, we have Formula 1 2018 with everything maxed out, and we got an average of 108 FPS. And for our final game, we have Tomb Raider with everything maxed out, and we got an average of 170 FPS. Some final thoughts. If you are looking for a PC in this price range, this is what I would suggest. And just a side note, this PC was built 6 weeks before the announcement of the 3000 series video cards, so prices of the 2000 series RTX cards, new or used, can be found for a great deal. And besides that, the only thing I would change is the fans to PWM fans to manage the acoustics and provide maximum airflow when the video card is being put to work. Again, this build cost 1,211 Canadian dollars and 913 US dollars, which you can probably get all these parts for less now. A huge thanks for making it this far in the video. Please consider subscribing and liking this video, and I'll see you all in the next one.